Sha Tin on Saturday. Summer Series continues. Paul Lally here with the selections for the 11 races, and the first gets underway at 4 o'clock at night on the turf and 2 on the all-weather. The first has Light Years Glory, an only start winner carrying extra £7. Motors improved each and every time. Both Young Fighter and Alabama Song have had trials between runs. We've got Just Follow Me, who's had one trial since being scratched on the 4th of June. And Super Dragon, he's on debut. A couple of trials for a couple of placings out of the Newman stable. It is Phil Marshall, the leader, Paul.
He's had 2 starts. He's led both of them. I think he'll lead once again. Motor went forward last time. Just Follow Me showing a bit of pace in his trials. Alabama Song should be a little bit more forward. Young Fighter. Light Years Glory, the 1-start, 1-win horse. Then King Dance. Super Dragon, now they've been educating him. He's been going back and forward in his trials, but I think he'll probably go back in his race. And Winning Champion went back when he was running on at his last start.
Interview time with Nikki, speaking to Matthew Chadwick about the first start winner, Light Years Glory.
Matthew Chadwick, you're riding Light Years Glory in the first race coming up on Saturday. That was a mightily impressive win first time out for an inexperienced horse.
He ran well. He had the gate, the rest to suit. He was able to build the revs on the rail and get the gap when needed.
What was interesting and what I thought was quite telling, Matt, was that when you needed him, he really put his head down for you, as you say, went for the gaps and hit the line strongly, didn't he?
Yeah, what was nice was the gap came, he was working his way through it, and then he got a bit of a bump in between them. He tightened him up a bit, but he still was on, he fought on gamely.
He's going to have to carry the penalty this time in, never easy, but do you feel that he's the type of horse that's just going to keep improving?
Yeah, look, off his first run, his ability, he seems to have it. Come down to the circumstances tomorrow, we haven't drawn very well. A couple of the younger horses that are drawn inside, looks like they're not too bad, so we'll just have to work it out. Hopefully it goes smooth for us and he'll be there with every chance.
Sure, obviously a little bit of luck needed with a few of those circumstances. I must ask you, of course, this Tony Cruz Award, it's coming down to the 3 of you. You know what it takes to win it. I know you've got to overcome maybe some wide gates and, you know, that sort of thing, but it'd be nice to claim it again, wouldn't it?
For sure. I mean, people's been bringing it up a lot now. All 3 of us have fairly sort of even rides, I guess. I guess it all comes down to the gates and the circumstances of the race for everyone. I wouldn't count anyone out at the moment, so fingers crossed in the sea.
There is Matthew Chadwick. Paul, we're going to move on to a trial from Just Follow Me, who has had a delayed start to his career with that scratching. He runs second in it. He does run second behind a horse called Beauty Formula, who hadn't done anything. Trials or race day until this morning, led all of the way.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Look, he said 5 trials, Just Follow Me, £11.50 for him. I haven't been totally impressed with his trials, though, so look, I was happy to watch.
Yep, that's him in the checkered colours getting through into second. A couple of rides on the program for Antoine Hemlin. That will be the first of them. So that's that trial on the all-weather. The second trial, you haven't been really taken by Just Follow Me. What about those of Super Dragon in the yellow and rather the pink and blue colours?
Yeah, I think this horse is quite well forward for a really good showing. Super Dragon, they've been educating him, letting him run through the fields and just using these trials, you know, as what they are, a training aid. And when they've let him go, he's really finished off strongly. In all his races. He's drawn barrier number 7, so he might just have to go back, but he's got a good turn of foot on him, that's for sure. So I expect him to run well on his debut.
Good plus for him. Where does he figure in your top 4?
You're going to put him on top. I think he can win fresh up this horse, Super Dragon, by Exceed and Excel. Expensive yearling as well. Motor, look, he's improving with every start, and he's had 4 runs now. His second last time behind the all-out was good. Light Years Glory was an upset winner when he won, and Winning Champion caught the eye, finishing off strongly in that same race. 11, 4, 1 and 12.
An early win on Saturday afternoon for Luke Ferraris and Mark Newnham for Paul by taking the Griffins at race number 1. Race number 2, and this is a Class 5. It's the first of the all-weather races for Saturday, and it's over the 1,200 metres with Gimme 5 having placed a 2 from 2 course and distance. Excellent Daddy, a 2-time course and distance winner. Island Golden, he's had 1 go on this surface. He ran last. It was on a wet, slow track. Gusty Fighters had 2 trials. He won the first of those 2. Falcon Court, visor off, blinkers go back on, and Flying Phantom down the bottom. 1 start for a 3rd course and distance. Where's Pacifiers once again, Paul, as he switches back to the all-weather?
Yeah, look, Island Golden and Gusty Fighter both led in the past, and both have got some good early speed. Gimme 5 from barrier 1 can put himself right in the race. Double Bingo, likewise. Sonic Boom might just have to work, but you can still sit 3 wide and race well here on the all-weather. Solar Up, Taihang's Henry, Lucky Generations. Finished off strongly last time, as Excellent Daddy does when he gets into this group.
And Gimme 5 is in our first replay. This is on the turf. He ran 3rd, Lucky Generations 6th. He's trialled well since on the all-weather, and Island Golden 11th. But Gimme 5, Paul, is not going to mind the switch back to the alternate surface.
No, he's had 2 starts on it for a 2nd and a 3rd, and one of those was in Class 4 as well. This is only his 2nd start back in Class 5. He's by Swiss Ace. They really like this surface. And the other horse, Lucky Generations by Russian Revolution, he's got USA breeding through the dam side as well, and his last start on the surface was good.
That's our first replay. The second one is Island Golden running 3rd. This was over 1,400 metres at Sha Tin, obviously, and the race was won by Sky Profit. Good draw, barrier number 2. Derek Long rides for a very informed Manfred man.
Yeah, barrier 2, so he can put himself right on the pace. I mean, the query is he's had 1 go in the all-weather and ran last, so it's how he handles the surface, I suppose, by a time test. Look, I'm happy to watch him, though, coming into this race. The run was okay here on the turf. It's just he's that unknown on the all-weather.
I'm just going to leave him right there, Island Golden. Final replay is an all-weather race. Double Bingo 3rd, Falcon Court 4th, Excellent Daddy 7th, and Lucky Generations 6th. Are you taking any of these 4?
Yeah, look, Lucky Generations, this was the all-weather race I was talking about. And Lucky Bingo wasn't a bad, Double Bingo, I should say, wasn't a bad run as well. So I'm going to put both these 2 horses in. Double Bingo's got barrier number 6. Lucky Generations, 1 inside and barrier 5. But look at Lucky Generations. He's the one down the very outside making up really good ground.
And Hinakami Kagura, who's run 2nd in that race, has come out and won since. The makeup of your top 4.
Yeah, going to go with Gimme 5 on top with those 2 all-weather placings from 2 starts. Lucky Generations, Double Bingo. And we'll put Sonic Boom in. He'll need some luck from a wide draw, but he'll be out of the kickback. 1, 6, 11, 10.
Paul with the top of the book for race number 2. Gimme 5 to break through at his 3rd go on the all-weather. We stay on the all-weather for race number 3, but notch up a grade. Class number 4 it is, and it's over the 1,200 metres with Mr. Energy. He's going the other way. He's on a class drop. Fashion Legend last start winner. Extra £7 on an 8-day turnaround. Visor and tongue tie off, Smart Fighters. Side Happy cheek pieces off, blinkers first time. Thunder Blink, blinkers off, visor once again. Precious Hill has the visor going on, and Sunny Darling has won course and distance. He's been backed a few times on the turf too, but this is where he has shown his best. And he's going to be 1 out and 1 back, Paul, with Precious Hill, who's shown a ton of pace in the trials.
He has, isn't he, on the surface as well. So he should lead. Smart Fighter, he comes to the surface for the first time. Another horse that's really trialled well on it and has got pace. Visor and tongue tie off him. Magniac can go forward. He's a well-rated horse these days. Beauty Legend. We saw Beauty Formula in that trial win quite impressively. Yi Chong Raider got back and finished off strongly at his last start. Looks some good pace in this race, so it should suit every runner.
You've always been a fan of Mr. Energy. Here he is last time in Class 3 running 4th, so he's going to get an easier assignment as far as class goes, but the extra weight, will you be going him again?
Yeah, I will. Look, he's carrying 135, but he has won off 130 before, and that's the most he's ever carried. So they asked him to carry a big weight, and he did, and he won it. He's down in grade. This looks a lot easier for him down into Class 4. He's a 2-time winner. A 1-time winner course and distance record. Mojave Desert's come out and run really well since, so all looks positive for him. That's
a good report for Mr. Energy. A second up is Fashion Legend, winning last time. They went really fast mid-race in this with Iconical and Charming Steed in the lead, and he just sat back off the pace and finished too strongly for them. Wet track this day, extra 7 pounds on his back this week.
And back in distance, this was over 1650. He's now running over 1200 metres. He's had 10 goes over 1200 metres and only had a couple of placings. I'm happy to watch him and risk him. He'll be in the market because he's a last start winner and he's drawn low, but the 1200 is a concern for me.
Distance a worry for Fashion Legend off that win. And Yichong Raider, he was first up from an enforced break last time. He ran second, Fashion Legend third in this race. This was 1200. Side Happy only fair this day, but he trialled very well on the surface leading into this race.
Yes, I'm willing to give him another chance, Side Happy on a minor line. I did like the run here of this horse coming to the surface for the first time, Yichong Raider. He showed a really good turn of foot, finishing off strongly. The horse in front, Hinakami Kugura, it's sort of always been looking like he was going to win a race at some stage and finally did. So he was the best of the rest.
All right, is he on top?
He's going to go in second, actually. I'm going to go with Mr. Energia on top to beat him, the downgrader. So 1 to beat 11. A Smart Fighter coming to the surface for the first time, who has trolled exceptionally well on it. And then Side Happy, 1-11-3-5.
Mr. Energia, race 3, number 1 for Paul in the first leg of the early treble. Race number 4 now, and here we have a Class 5 on the all-weather, and rather on the turf, not the all-weather, just confirming it's a turf race, the 4th, with Beautiful Wind placed both times in Class 5. Phantom Cyclone has the tongue tie coming off. Silver King is back in trip. Smart Beauty is a last start winner, goes up 6 pounds for it. Celtic Times visor off, blinkers go back on. Smashing Express is placed 2 from 6 over the mile. Family Fortune wears blinkers. And the Way We Win has pacifiers with cowls off and blinkers going back on. So capacity field here, Paul of 14 to run.
Yeah, look, Beautiful Wind's gone forward and led in his last 2 starts. He's drawn 14, so he might have to work to get across. But there's a big run to that first bend. Medical Lead always goes forward when he draws low. Fireball, another one that can go forward over the 1600 metres. Celtic Times goes forward when he draws low. Smart Beauty, he was a lot handier when he won at his last start. The other 9 get back, but there is a bit of pace in this race. It just depends how much Beauty Win has to sort of use up to get across.
We've got a few chasing home Smart Beauty in this first replay. Beautiful Win was the closest to him of all of them. Is there any running on from the back that you're going to give a chance to turning the result around this week too?
Yeah, because they went quite slow and it was a sit and sprint in this race. I like Family Fortune in those blue colours with the yellow armbands. He took a while to get out. Smashing Express kept him on the outside there, who was running on, not to the same degree, but a little bit as well. And then he got sort of into the clear here, and you can see over this final part, he really stretched out. Now, he just missed a 3rd placing as it turned out, but he wasn't too far away. So with any sort of run, I think he can overturn the tables.
That's a good report for a Family Fortune. To Happy Valley now. Medic Elite 8th. He's also nominated for Happy Valley on Wednesday night, his favourite track. Perfect Peach 4th, and a Polar Fighter who's improved since this race. He just ran 3rd in the replay we saw prior to this one.
Yeah, another one that did finish off, and he was in those clump of horses, was a Polar Warrior. Perfect Peach, he's a well-rated horse now. He hasn't won for a long time, though, and has drawn barrier number 1. I didn't get them in, though, any of these.
They're staying at Happy Valley. Then we'll move on to our last replay, which is Phantom Cyclone 8th. He would need to improve. Harry's Hero ran 5th. He's been largely disappointing since he has been here as Harry's Hero. His sole win did come over the 1400 at Sha Tin. He's had a couple of goes recently over the 1650 at the Valley.
Yeah, so coming back here to Sha Tin might be good for him. Again, these horses race against each other all the time, and it's just whoever gets the best run on the day normally with a Class 5, so neither of these winning.
He had a trial after that run too, did Harry's Hero. Down on the rail, a quiet trial from him. He's not in. Is it Family Fortune on top?
Yeah, if he gets the race run to suit, which I think he can, he's on top. Beautiful Win, he's going to have to work a little bit to get across from barrier 14. Smashing Express and Smart Beauty. So all those 4 come out of that same race. 9-1-8-5.
Paul giving Luke Ferraris a big chance for an early double in the first 4 races on Saturday. Here's the 5th, and this race is also on the turf. and it's over the 1200 metres for the Class 4s. Lucky Symphony's won a trial since his last start. Aero Valenic won on debut, carries an extra £9 for it though. First starter's Absolutely Awakened and Hot Air Balloon. Juicy Dragon wears cheek pieces for the first time. Joyful Treasure has the blinkers coming off, and Kaying Resilient steps up from the 1000 to the 1200 metres. Paul is a horse with plenty of early pace, and the extra distance won't stop him leading.
No, I think he'll lead and get across and cross Spicy Spangle, who's the other leader in the race. Lucky Symphony on the back of a really good trial should put himself right on the pace as well. Patch of Time, he's likely to go forward as well, but he just might be caught a little bit wide from barrier 10. Aero Valenic got the perfect run when winning last time. I don't think he's going to get that from barrier number 11. And Top to Sky showed no speed on his debut. This is his second start.
Aero Volenic couldn't have done any more than what he did at his first start when he was too good for them. He beat Tourbillon Golfer, who comes up in a race or two after this one. Barrier number 11, so it's a wider draw. He gets the £5 claim, but he did in this race also.
Yeah, so he's going to carry the extra weight from a wide draw. He got the perfect run here on the inside, right in behind the pace. The split came exactly the right time. And as you can see, he actually almost dropped the rein there, didn't he? But he picked himself back up, and then he forged through late and did beat the other first starter. I'm not sure how strong this form is going to be. So I was happy just to put it, not put him in, just watch him.
I'm going to leave him at start number 2. Patch of Time ran 4th. This was over at Happy Valley last time. Hasn't been with Mark Newnham for too long. Wider draw though, barrier number 10. And he hasn't been too far away for a good part of his career.
No, he's been quite consistent horse, and he is a two-time winner. It's just what's going to happen from barrier number 10. He's just going to have to work a little bit. Look, I think Mark Newnham's got the horse going well enough, though. He goes in on a very minor line for me.
And a trial to wrap up the replays for this race with Lucky Symphony, who was a winner 2 starts ago. He's been plagued by some ordinary barriers. 11, he did win from 14. Barrier number 9 this week, but wins this trial quite well.
He does. I thought it was a nice trial from him. He's a winner, as you said, 2 starts ago, so he does know how to win a race. That was in Class 4. He stays in Class 4, but he does have to carry the big weight. That's the negative for him. But I thought he had plenty in hand when winning the trial.
And be partnered by Andrea at Zany. Pacifiers have been removed. They've been on for plenty of recent starts. You can see him without the pacifiers there in that back straight. Chungfa trial, is he on top?
Yeah, we'll go with him. Lucky Symphony to win here, the one. I don't think it's an overly strong race. Club Ace, Zach Purton will jump aboard this. He's drawn low. Kaying Resilience, Catch Me If You Can from the front. And then Patch of Time has to overcome a wide draw. 1:11.12.3.
That is race number 5, the preview for the first leg of the Triple Trio. Race number 6 now, and this race on Chairman's Day. All races come with a trophy, and the Chan Trophy is race number 6 with California Bay on the class drop. Aero Invincible and Forerunner, both 2-time course and distance winner. Wider draw for Magic Cosmos. Amazing Duck has placed first up previously, hasn't raced since February. Gorgor's had a trial following his last run. Lucky Man's a last start winner. Champion Method has the tongue tie going back on. Beauty Live raced wide last time, but he's a 4-time course and distance winner. Now, the speed map, Paul, and who's going where?
Well, Aero Invincible didn't lead last time, and he really pulled in his races. He runs best from the front, so I think they'll probably let him go in this one from barrier number 3. Amazing Duck, he likes to lead as well. California Bay's downgraded. Champion Method. Colourful Winner likes to go forward but drawn wide, so he'll need a bit of luck. Hopefully he'll want Amazing Duck to go on with it so he can slot in just one off the run.
Forerunner running second over the 1650 at Happy Valley last time. He won't worry about coming back to Sha Tin, but his wins have been off ratings of 52 and 50 for the 1400. He's off 56 on Saturday.
Yeah, so he's just slightly higher in the ratings. On the positive side, he's drawn barrier number 1, so he can put himself right there. He stuck to the rail here on the inside and ended up finishing second in this particular race. This was a Happy Valley. So he's back 250 metres for it. Look, he was on the cusp for me. Didn't quite make it.
He's out, so we'll go to Sha Tin. Aero Invincible, you were with him this day. He is quite well rated. He's won off ratings of 58 and 52. Runs off 56 here. In Jude has not been too far away at his last few starts, and Strange Alert gets held up about the 250 metre mark.
Yeah, I'm going to give him another chance, Aero Invincible, because I think they'll change the tactics with him and lead from barrier 3. They went back from barrier 10. His last starts, he's had barrier 12, 11, 11. He did have 3, and then he's had 10 once again. And Jude, look, he looks close to a win as well. He's been finishing off. And as you mentioned, the other horse that just coming into the screen there, Strange Alert, his debut run wasn't too bad. And there was plenty of money to suggest he would run well.
There was. He's a member of the David Eustace stable. Rattan Galaxy would need to improve. Colourful Winner wouldn't need to improve too much to perhaps win his first race. He's been consistent most recently, but does have a wide draw to try and work from this week.
He's had 13 starts, this horse. He's run second 3 times, though. So, look, he's not far away, but a draw, as you say, barrier number 11, where is he going to get the run? If he gets the run to suit, then he'll definitely get his chance. But I was a little just a bit concerned about that.
Riding together in the yellow colours has won following that race. But you're going again, Aero Invincible.
Yeah, well, look, he should be a double-figure price, and I just didn't want to give up on him on one bad run because he's such a well-rated horse. So he goes on top. The downgrader comes in as well, California Bay. He's only had 3 starts here, and he's been downgraded into Class 4. So he'll find this a lot easier. And Jude's been catching the eye, finishing off. And Strange Alert, there was money from on debut. But if you do like him, don't look at that trial. He was 7.2 on debut, 2-1-4-6.
Race 6, number 2 for Paul to win the first leg of the 6 Up. Race number 7 is the Stevenson Cup, and this is a Class 4 race over the 1,200 metres. Igor Skrivinsky at the top of the book placed his first time in this grade. Sharing last start winner extra £7. Smiling Falcon is on debut. He's had 3 trials. Sea Sapphire has the blinkers going on. Team Folks has cheek pieces the first time. Wise Man, first look at Sha Tin, wears blinkers, and Groovy Feeling has the addition of cheek pieces. So plenty of gear alterations here, Paul. As far as the speed map goes for race number 7, we have a leader of Tourbillon Golfer.
He led, we almost led all the way when he was on debut, this horse. He's been declared Aurora already before he raced, so keep that in mind. Sea Sapphire can go forward. Igor Stravinsky was downgraded, as you mentioned, and went really well down in this grade. A Patch of Watch, drawn wide. Wise Man was a better run from him. Sharing a last start winner. Back to Groovy Feeling, Lucky McQueen and Team Folks. 2 horses that have both trialled really well, but we haven't seen them on racetrack from limited starts.
Here is Nick now with the jockey of Tourbillon Golfer, Matthew Poon.
Matthew, Tourbillon Golfer is a ride for you coming up on Saturday. Really nice debut from this horse, and he ran a very nice race first time out, didn't he?
Yeah, actually, like he only had 3 trials before the race, and I think he just started to build the fitness, and first start he went really well. We are very happy. So hopefully he keep improve. He should be, yes.
He just showed a really good attitude, didn't he, on his debut for a horse first time out with only 3 trials. He seemed to know his job well, didn't he?
Yes, that's what I said to trainer and owner after, because first starter he did nothing wrong, and he's quiet, got some gate speed. I think he will learn very quick. Yes.
Talking of the gate, you've got gate 1 this time in, so really good draw for you as well.
Yeah, can't complain.
Anyway, of course you can't. Have you had a chance to sit on him since, Matthew? Have you ridden him in track work since his first run?
Yes. I get up him on the grass and on the dirt. He feel very good. I think he'll be fitter and better than last start. Yes.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can add to what's been a really good season for you in your tally. I must ask you, of course, about the Tony Cruz Award. That's coming to the boil quite nicely. You're currently leading the way on 36 winners. You're in a good position at the moment. I mean, I imagine that's an award you really want to win.
Yes, I think I need to get a few more winners, otherwise not easy. So I in a few meetings left, I will do my best. Yes.
Yeah, and I guess the guys that are chasing you, Matthew Chadwick has won it before, Derek's won it before as well. So it's your turn, I think, but you've got a couple of good jockeys chasing you, so you've got to keep your game up, haven't you?
Yes, so I actually make me feel more excited, and I can't wait and see the last meeting. Yes.
He's had a great season, Matthew Poon. That would top it right off if he could win the Tony Cruz Award. Igor Stravinsky here, Paul, running second in this grade. A perfect trip in behind a very well-rated horse in Low Pan Spirit. He was beaten a length and a quarter. Zach Purton's on the leader, turning for home here. Come Saturday, he'll be on, the one in behind him.
Yeah, so he's obviously liked what he saw here with Igor Stravinsky. Look, he's going to be a chance again. He's obviously in the right grade. Lucky McQueen was wide all the way, didn't get the race run to suit at all. This is his second up for him, so I want to give him another chance because he's a horse who's trialled well before he raced, and his debut run was pretty good behind Blazing Wukong as well. So both these two will go in.
Last start winner, Shering, brings that winning form to this race. He's got a run that we just saw the second horse in the previous race get in behind the leader. Extra £7. Good draw again, Barry number 3. This was a big improvement from when he'd been racing at Happy Valley. The switch to Sha Tin.
Yeah, maybe he's just a Sha Tin horse. Look, he's going to be probably favourite in this race once. He was a big price when he won this. Got the absolute perfect run. He'll get the perfect run again, though. That's the thing from barrier number 3. So he'll get his opportunity. Just can he overcome that penalty?
That is Sharing. Now some track work to look at. Team Folks is one you've been following right through. Are you sticking solid with him in the open race, this one?
Yeah, it is. I will, because he's only had the 2 starts and he didn't have any luck on debut. And then he trialled really well after that. Second up, his run was only fair, to be honest, but he's had plenty of work leading into it. There he is with the Karis Teton aboard. Closest to us is Team Folks, and look, his gallop's been good leading into it. So he'll be a big price. We don't mind big price winners.
No, you're in form when it comes to that, so he's on top for this one.
Yeah, we'll stick with him. We don't want to give up on him. So he's on top, Sharing in there for second, likely favourite. Lucky McQueen will be a big price as well, and then Igor Stravinsky. So a couple of favourites, a couple of big price horses here in this. 8, 2, 6 and 1.
The Stevenson Cup for Paul going to Team Folks for Karis Teton and Michael Chang. Race 8, it's the Ip Jug, and this race runs the 1400 metres and a Class 4. Wukong Jury on the class drop, pacifiers off. Beauty Viva now with Tony Cruz. Times table, cheek pieces off, blinkers go on. 8-day turnaround for Viva Taste. Wider draw for Youth Power. Celestial Patch wears blinkers. Forever Folks has the blinkers off. Casa Papa's run third at his last 2 starts and cannot draw a gate. He's had 12-10, 12-10. Barrier number 13 on Saturday, Paul.
Yeah, it gets worse for Casa Papa. He goes back. No, there's no leader in this race. I think Youth Power has got drawn 12, but he's got the opportunity to go forward. Casa Papa, when he's only had one win, and that was when he led all the way, but he hasn't led again since. So maybe there's the opportunity for him to go forward. Beauty Viva might be positive from barrier 11 as well. There's this big run to the first bend, 1800, so places can change quite quickly in this race.
Wukong Jewellery is on a quick turnaround. There was a stack of money for him this day. The 18-carat gold jewellery, the diamonds, the solitaires all went on, Paul, and he ended up running 4th, and now here he is 8 days later down in grade.
This was a huge run from this horse because he was never on the track. As you say, there was plenty of money for him to suggest he'll run well. He steps up to 1800 metres, and the way he finishes off here, 18 looks absolutely ideal for him. Pacifiers off, barrier number 7 for him. I'm going to give him a chance coming onto the turf.
So not a one-off run at all-weather, which was his best so far. Fortune Boy, here he is last time. First go at 1800 metres this week. This race was 1600, but he gets badly held up and flies home. Just beaten by an informed Mr. Dapper, and Pearl of Pengs is just looking to clear some traffic behind them at the moment too. Yeah,
and he's come out and won on the weekend. Form looks rock solid. It's really unlucky, this horse, and one more stride he would have won the race as well. The way he finishes off, you think 1800 is going to be absolutely ideal for him. He's drawn barrier number 3, so look, he looks tough to beat.
That is Fortune Boy. Youth Power has been mixing his form over the 1800. He has a win, a second and a 13th. So he's been better than the 13th more often than not, but he had a perfect run in behind the leader this day.
Yeah, look, and there's no leader. He could easily be the default leader in this race, Youth Power, because he can go forward. He's got a wide draw, and look, the connections might look at the race on paper and think maybe we'll go forward with him, and maybe we can lead. When that happens, a lot of other trainers do the same thing, and you could end up getting a bit of pace in the race. But on paper, he looks like he could easily get an easy lead.
That is Youth Power. But good reports for Wukong Jewellery and Fortune Boy. They're both in the top 4.
Yeah, they are. I'm going to go with Fortune Boy on top. He definitely looks the one to beat from Wukong Jewellery. Beauty Viva's trialled well recently, as has Times Table. So they'll get their opportunities. And Times Table's got blinkers on for the first time. 3-1-2-4.
Paul with Fortune Boy to go one better than that narrow defeat last time to Mr. Dapper. Here is race number 9, Class 3 race. This one, the barriers will be positioned at the 1200 metres. Gummy Gummy's placed 4 from 8 when it comes to racing this season. Symbol of Strength at his Hong Kong debuts had 5 trials. Lifeline Express, a 2-time course and distance winner. Magnifique has his first start since March. He's won all 3 trials in the interim. Kashvani comes back in trip. Northern Fireball's best form is in Class 4 at Happy Valley. Chevelle Victoria's cheek pieces, crossover noseband off, and the blinkers going back on. And one of the most interesting runners all day here, Paul, in Magnifique goes around.
Yeah, look, he's looked good. 1, 2 of 3 and won those 3 trials. He should get himself into a perfect position. Northern Fireball's got the wide draw, but has got the pace to lead. So he can go across. Kashvani will come across with him. Righteous Aaron's been sitting a lot closer than he used to do. He used to get back in his races. Gummy Gummy comes on to the turf. Now, Symbol of Strength's been slow away in just about all his 5 trials, so we'll see where he does end up. Super Legends and Sun Woking, another debutant, hasn't shown too much early pace.
Time now to talk to the trainer of Symbol of Strength. Here's Nick with Frankie Law.
Frankie Law, we're getting towards the dying embers of the season, but you're introducing a very nice newcomer in race number 9 by the name of Symbol of Strength. Now, we'll touch upon his UK form in a moment, but what have you made of this new horse?
This horse, when he come to Hong Kong, is still a coach. So we try to give him work, trial him, but he's still a little bit naughty in the morning. So I trial him a few times and cannot wait. I need to gel him, yeah. And after gel, he looks better. And try him again, a little bit improved, yeah.
What have been the reports back from your riders in his trials, etc.? What kind of a horse is he? What type of horse do you feel he is going forward?
Usually English horse, they would like to jump and him relax, and then he will have a better finish. So I think this horse is the same, yeah.
Is he the type of horse, Frankie, that you feel might come to hand quickly? I mean, he hasn't run since last September back in the UK. So is he a horse you think first time can acquit himself well?
I think so, because I tried him I think 5 times already, so he improved. But I think he's still not in the top form. So, but anyway, I need to want him, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he's able to bring that form here, I mean, looking at his UK form, he was a Group 3 winner of the Sirenia on the all-weather. He was runner-up or placed in a gym crack at Group 2 level. So he's a pretty talented horse, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks a good horse. But anyway, I think at this moment it's a lot of top form. But I to see how he run on Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, an opening mark of 77 probably doesn't make it easy. But you have got a decent gate, you've got a decent jockey, so there's lots of positives.
I hope so.
There he is, Frankie Law, talking Symbol of Strength. Paul, you mentioned Righteous Aaron in the speed map has been ridden closer, and he's actually racing pretty well. He's a horse that doesn't win out of turn at Sha Tin, but he's been placed behind Master of My Universe and Call Me Glorious at his last 2.
Yeah, strong form races he's come out of. I'm going to include him just on a minor line. I still think he's better at Happy Valley, but there's no reason to suggest he can't run well once again here at Sha Tin. And you can see Master of My Universe is going to be a short price, one of the shortest prices of their whole evening later in the card. So, look, a good run from him, though.
Alexi Bedell rides him for Tony Cruz. Magnifique, 3 trials, won them all. Super Legends is in this one also. It was over the 1200 metres. What do you do with him? He has won first up. It was Class 4. The only time he did fail was the one run in this grade. It
was, look, but I think he's a good fresh horse. We can see that The trials have all been very good. He's drawn low. Like, he's going to take a world of betting. He's a very promising horse, this one. As you mentioned, was beaten over the 1200 last time. It has won over 1200 once before, so the distance isn't the problem. And I'm pretty sure he can win here in Class 3.
No concerns for Magnifique from Paul with that trial. Lifeline Express, he was miles off them running down the back. He's still a fair distance off them turning for home, and he rockets down the centre in this trial.
That's what he does in his races, though, doesn't he? He gets back, runs on strongly. The one time that he did get there, it was rain affected, that track. So maybe that's something that would keep an eye on, because the plenty of other starts where he runs second, third, he's one to easily have on a place line.
So a place line for him, but is it Magnifique on top?
Yeah, I think Magnifique, those 3 trial wins have suggested that the horse has come back really well after that little break. So he's on top. Akash Farney's drawn wide. I think he can come across from his wide draw. Lifeline Express rocketing home, and Righteous Aaron, 6-8-3-5.
And that is race number 9, the preview for the first leg of the late treble. This is race number 10. Good race, this one, with it being a Class 2 and 1200 metres. Gorgeous win, 5-time course and distance winner. Ladies' Choice has won 2 from his last 4. Master of My Universe has never missed top 3 course and distance. Colourful King race wide at Happy Valley last time was still a good run behind Kaholo Angel. Call Me Glorious race wide last time, gets a better draw this week. Musco's best form is on the all-weather, and Eris Nova comes into Class 2 for the first time after a strong win down in grade last start. Paul, we've got who leading? Ladies' Choice in front. He can be hard to get past.
He can. Call Me Glorious has led in the past. Harmony Bless has led in the past. Tomodachi Kokoro's led in the past, as has Dancing Code. And Self Improvement's led on the all-weather. So I think there's going to be good pace in this race, no question. Colourful King can slot in their midfield, gorgeous win. Every horse is, again, going to get their opportunity with a good pace.
Andrea Razzani's first man up, though, talking to Nick. Pretty Colourful King.
Andrea, Colourful King is a ride for you coming up on Saturday. He's a very nice horse. We just don't see him very often at Sha Tin, but recent form's been good.
Yeah, there's a lovely horse. He ran his first start on the straight at Sha Tin, and then obviously then David decided to switch him to the valley, which had worked out quite nicely. So back here at Sha Tin over 1200, and yeah, I don't think that the track will be an issue at all.
Do you think the trip sort of comes alike to him? I mean, his best winning form obviously has been over 1,000, but he's run well over 12 the one time he has here. Do you think that the trip sort of suits him equally as well?
It looks like that way. He was a horse that was quite forward going, I think, and you know, David and his staff, whoever rides him, they've done a great job actually switching him off. He's a completely different horse now. He had his quirks, and so they've had, you know, took their time and you know, gave him quite nice gaps between races, and the way he's been trialling and the way he's been racing, and the way he's been hit to the line, especially at the Valley the last couple of times, you know, the 1200, he's not an issue at all.
Last time out was slightly easier ground. He'd be better on top of the ground, wouldn't he, this horse?
I think so, and it looks like, yeah, the track was a little bit slow that day, but I don't know, to me it looks like maybe hopefully the longer straight might just suit him a little bit better now. Because, like I said, he's relaxed a lot more now, and you know, last time it didn't come round the bend as well as it usually does. I think the first few times when I won him, I managed to grab the fence, and he had the rail to guide, and we didn't last time, and he just got a little bit lost around the bend. But once he put himself together, he really hit the line strong. So I'm hoping the longer straight will really suit him. It's a hot race, but hopefully he can show how good he is, and he's on a young horse, but it's quite nice.
Yeah, obviously mentioned. Obviously, it is a nice race. I mean, I suppose Master of My Universe, perhaps one of your biggest rivals. But then with your horse, he's had a couple of runs in the grade. He's run 2 very good races in defeat. So he's got the runs on the board, if you will, I suppose.
Oh, he has, and like I said, last time wasn't beaten very far. He probably, if things would have gone a little bit better, probably could have won. So he's a nice horse, but it's a hot race, and yeah, hopefully he can show how good he is, and obviously there's a very good chance this could be his last round, but I think it'll be a nice, promising horse for next season.
And that's Andrea on Colourful King, Paul. Here is Master of My Universe, who is shooting for 3 in a row. He's buried down there on the inside. Has a real duel here with Infinite Resolve, but manages to get the job done.
He does. He's only a little chap as Master of My Universe. So dropping in weight, even though he's up in class, is a really good thing, I think, for this horse. There's plenty of pace, as we saw on the speed map in it, so he is going to get the race run to suit. From barrier number 10, he goes back anyway, Master of My Universe, but on this run, he looks definitely the one to beat.
There you go, which means we've got the best only as a possible place chance for Dancing Code, who led up here, but he doesn't need to lead to figure in the finish. He ended up running second in this race. Last few starts have been 1400, drops back to the 12 for this.
Yeah, he's a very versatile horse, isn't he, Dancing Code? He's yet to win on this grade. He's had 17 goes in it, but in saying that, he's been placed 9 times. So he's definitely an easy one to put into your numbers as well. He's only had 4 goes here over the course and distance for a win in the second. So coming back's not going to be a problem for him. He gets a weight relief of Alice Wong aboard and has drawn 4. And the horse that won that race has come out and won again. Like his Charmin is very smart.
He certainly is. One last weekend. Eris Nova. Nothing wrong with this performance. He is going to have to improve from it because he's up in a harder grade, but on the flip side of that, carries a lighter weight. Did he make your top 4? You want to see what he can do in this grade first time?
I just want to see what he can do in this grade. Look, I've always had a bit of time for this horse. He's now a 2-time winner here in Hong Kong as well. So he's had a really good season in that regard. This was quite a dominant win, but now it's going to be a lot tougher coming up in grade to do it. And this looks a really strong race, this one as well.
It does. So that's Eris Nova winning that race, but not going in your first 4 this week.
No, we'll stick with the favourite. We're likely favourite in Master of My Universe. He'll go on top from Dancing Code and Colourful King. And Ladies' Choice is an all-time high rating of 94 now. He's a hard horse to get past. He did run in group company last term. Couldn't get anywhere near the lead. I think he can lead this one, and that's the key for him because he does like to roll along in front. 4-6-5-2.
He brings up the hat-trick for Paul as Master of My Universe by taking race number 10. Final race is the Chairman's Day Handicap, and we close the meeting down with a pretty promising horse at the top of the book. Patch of Stars looking for 4 in a row, but an extra 14 pounds on his back. Another World's a 3-time course and distance winner. Wider draw Top Gun. Better draw for Armour War Eagle. Superb Boy is up from the 12 to the 1400 metres. Victory Skies placed 2 from 3 course and distance. And the Absolutes, a winner twice at 1400 metres and has run 3rd and 4th at his last 2 starts. Where is Patch of Stars, Paul, going to position in the run?
I think they would try and be positive and just get him behind the pace with him. There isn't a really clear leader, so there is the opportunity for Sea Chariot to go forward. Superb Boy's the alternative leader. He likes to go forward, and Victory Sky will try and come across from his wide draw. Another World looking for, he'll be looking for a bit of cover. Top Gun, when he did win his race early, well, it was on debut, I think, he led all the way, but they've been riding him really conservatively recently.
And there he is, a 3 wide with some cover, Top Gun. But straight to Nick with Zach talking Patch of Stars.
Zach, Patch of Stars is your ride coming up in the last race on the weekend. He's just going from strength to strength, this horse, isn't he?
He's getting better, for sure. Early on in his career, he was quite aggressive in his races, and he still has that tendency, but fortunately he's been in a couple of races recently where they've run along a little bit, and that's helped him get into a rhythm, and we've certainly seen the best of him. And, you know, he's got to carry the weight now as a young horse. It's never easy. But he seems to be good in the morning, so we'll go again.
And has that just been typical of a horse that perhaps needed that time, that education, I suppose, for the sort of penny to drop with him?
Well, when they're a little bit immature physically and they're over-racing and doing things wrong, they're draining themselves of a lot of their energy, and he was certainly doing that. And, you know, physically he's strengthened up a little bit, and he's just had the races run to suit, so it's sort of all come together for him, but he still had to go out there and do it, and he's been improving, so you know, hopefully he can get it done again, but next season hopefully he can keep going on with it.
Yeah, for sure. He looks that type, doesn't he? Have you had a chance to sit on him since his last win?
I have, yeah. I worked him on his own, and he worked well, so he's going good.
He reopposes with the 2nd and 4th amongst others. Even though he has got that top weight, as you mentioned, I guess you'd be keen to confirm that form. And would you be confident that he can?
For him, it's going to come down to how the races run. If he's got the tempo there to suit and he's drawn a little bit awkward, he's not the type of horse I can be firing out of the gates and trying to get him to come back. I've sort of got to try and fall into a position, and it's an awkward gate just to be relying on a little bit of luck. So we're going to need things to go our way, but if they do, there's no reason to suggest he can't go and do it again.
That is Zach on Patch of Stars, Paul. Nice horses, Patch of Stars, as is this one, Another World. It was $16.50 last time at Happy Valley. Not perhaps his go, but the 1400 at Sha Tin certainly is.
6 goes at 1400 for 3 wins. He's got a really good turn of foot as well. We've seen it earlier this season in those 3 wins. He's drawn 11. That's the little problem with him. There's no pace, and we just heard from Zach Purdon there before, and he's right. It's just where a lot of these horses are going to end up in the run and where they finish, and he's another one that's just going to need some luck from 11.
The Absolute's racing well. He runs 4th in this race. He placed at the start prior. His Top Gun, who you touched on in the speed map, but the Absolute's consistency at his last 2 starts have kept him in this grade.
Yeah, and another one that does like the 1400 metres. One thing in his favour is he's carrying 119 pounds compared to Patch of Stars is 135. So he has to give away a lot of weight, and we have seen him finish off strongly in the past when winning the Absolute. Lightweight, the distance suits, drawn barrier 5, he can be a little bit closer in the run. So, look, I'm going to include him.
He's going in, but is Patch of Stars going to win again?
Yeah, I've got him on top, but look, you wouldn't want to take too much of a short price about him. And there for second, the Absolute. Victory Sky looks a winner waiting to happen, but an awkward draw, as is Another World. 1-14-10-3.
A Patch of Stars to win the last on the Summer Series race day coming up at Sha Tin on Saturday. 11 races. The gates open for the first at 4 o'clock local.